Welcome everybody to episode 24 of Breaking the Huddle, our first playoff edition of the basketball season. We're here to talk about, well, it says now or never, and the semifinal round of districts. No matter how good a season you had, you got to win in that first round in order to get to regions or you're done. And a lot of schools throughout the state, a lot of teams found that out, especially on the boys' side Tuesday night. If you were at Scott County, it wasn't one of our local teams, but you saw a great game with Frederick Douglass knocking out Henry Clay in double overtime, and some people thought Henry Clay might have been the best team in the state at the end of the regular season. Their season's done. Bourbon County had a great regular season. Their season's done after an upset on Tuesday night. And yes, Great Crossing, the boys were the top seed in the District 41 tournament going in, but their season is over after a heart-wrenching 73-70 overtime loss of Frankfort. Now, they knew it was a tough assignment. Frankfort had won 82-76 in the final game of the district regular season, and that was Great Crossing's only loss. I think they kind of thought a neutral court, chance to reload, had a big win over Tates Creek in the final week of the regular season, did the Warhawks. And everything was going well for three quarters, out to a 13-point lead, 51-38. Their defensive strategy had worked to kind of keep the Frankfort big men in check. But foul trouble and defensive pressure, lack of offensive or rather defensive rebounds, Frankfort was getting a lot of second chances, and just a mounting total of turnovers all conspired to turn that game in the Panthers' direction. They tied it with about a minute to go, and a three-point play by Jackson Twombly jumped out quickly in overtime. Great Crossing came back, had a chance to win at the end of the first overtime session, the only overtime session rather, about 8.7 seconds I believe left. They had an inbounds play to KJ Tucker that went awry. It was intercepted by Chaz Austin, who was a thorn in their side all season long. Found Jordan Blythe for a layup at the buzzer to close it out as the Frankfort fans stormed the court in celebration. GC's inaugural season ended with a record of 14-17. Great start. 8 seniors kind of helped put the thing on the map. I think the excitement right now is a lot of freshmen who are responsible for an 11th region title on the freshman side of things will be back next year, along with some promising people like Caleb Perry, who will have 2 years left. Great program being built, but a frustrating end to the season for the Great Crossing boys. Now, the girls played on Wednesday night. By the time you watch this, I'm sure it'll be over, but we don't know at press time, as they say, what's going to happen. They play Frankfort also. It's the 2 versus 3 matchup. And it's kind of one of those you got to beware because Great Crossing beat them twice during the season. So they'll need to do it a third time in order to line up a championship game battle at Franklin County on the Lady Flyers home court on Friday evening. Let's switch gears to the 42nd district. Let's talk about the girls because they've already played as they beat Sayre 83-45. Now the last game of the regular season for the Lady Cards, you may have read or heard or seen, didn't go so well. They lost 88-68. To North Laurel at home. Very surprising result and margin as it ended a 16-game winning streak for the Lady Cards, but still the whole playoffs ahead of them obviously. Had to win that first game. Coach Steve Heldman remembers 4 years ago, and they lost in an upset to Bryant Station on their home court, on Scott County's home court, and that ended their season. Well, once again, Scott County hosting the district. Coach Heldman a little worried if Sayre got out to the lead, but honestly, Sayre only picked up their first district win in 4 years in the play-in game against Frederick Douglass to get there. So all signs pointed to an SC route, and a 29-4 first quarter took care of that. Malaya Williams had 21 points in that quarter. She ended up with 25. Kennedy Tompkins, 14 points. Morgan DeFore, 11 points. 11 assists to get Scott County on the track to the regions. They'll be in the region next week. Now they'll play Friday night. They'll host either Henry Clay or Bryant Station, that game being played on Wednesday, to decide. They'll determine who's a top seed in the region and who will go in as a second seed. Now the winner of that game Friday night, 6 o'clock, also will host a quarterfinal game in the region on Monday night. So a lot riding on it. Scott County looking to win the region for the 3rd year in a row, looking to win the district for the 4th year in a row. So good things happening for the Lady Cards. Let's talk about the boys quickly. They haven't played yet. By the time you watch this, it will be over with. Wednesday night, they will take on Bryant Station. Another one of those beware of the dog, underdog kind of games, as Scott County won twice during the regular season, but it was by a total of 4 points. Bryant Station had a last-second shot in each case that didn't go down. So a lot of fear in that game, a lot of anxiety, trepidation, and certainly with Henry Clay out of the mix now, Frederick Douglass is in the district final. They know they're going to region. Henry Clay will not be. The 11th region is wide open, there for the taking, if the Cards can get through that game on Wednesday night. We will have on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network 6 p.m. Friday the girls, and hopefully if Scott County's playing, the boys as well. And don't forget the Battle of the Axes Saturday night at 6 at Great Crossing. We're paying tribute to the memory of Johnny Jacobs and doing great things, hopefully for his family, an all-weekend event. But that game between the fire departments, charity basketball game, will be on the Bird's Nest Broadcasting Network, and we are looking forward to bringing that to you here at newsgraphic.com. Until next time, hope to see you out at the district and region tournaments. See you on the sidelines.